Welcome, race fans, to IWCR tonight at Pocono. This is going to be a good one, I think. Not going to be a huge field here, but should be pretty good. "65 laps here with the Chevy trucks, and I think with the way these guys are turning laps out here tonight, this should be a good show for everybody. And thanks for tuning in tonight at MaxSpeedTV. Just coming off of a broadcast of a little bit ago here, and here we are back. So stay tuned here, folks. Stay with me and don't go nowhere. Make sure you got something to drink, something to snack on, and be ready. Okay, let's try this again. Oh man, something going on here. There we go. Sorry about that. Couldn't get the thing to work. All right, folks, we're going to see if we can get somebody up here to talk to us. Let me see if I can get Tony DeGennaro. Tony DeGennaro, do you have a copy?
Yes, sir.
Tony, what is the plan for tonight here? Boy, a different track than you guys are used to. Tricky triangle here tonight. What's the plan?
Don't hit the wall and finish is my plan for the night.
Okay.
I don't have the fastest car out there, so I'm not gonna win it on lap time. I just gotta keep it off the wall. Just drive it straight and see if we can just gain positions in the pits.
Well, 65 laps. Should be able to make it on one pit stop, shouldn't you?
I'm thinking so. I think that's the plan. We were talking about 32 laps, 32 and a half laps, but if caution comes out lap 10, I'm going in. So it's gonna have to just see what happens and go from there. Just gonna run it on the fly. So just keep it clean, keep it off the wall, and go from there.
Okay. Well, we wish you luck, Tony. I know you've had some ups and downs this season, but it's been pretty rough on a lot of guys. I don't know where you're at in the points, but hopefully maybe you can pull out a decent finisher tonight.
Yeah, I'm hoping so. I'm already kind of looking towards next season. I did have a couple of unlucky finishes in the beginning of the season, kind of put me out of the points chase early on, and I've just kind of been here supporting my teammates, especially in the truck series. In the Gen 6 series, I was right on that bubble of making the chase and just did not make it. And the truck series was it was pretty bad in the beginning of the season. We were getting full 43 car fields, and it was like 2 laps caution, and now that we're starting to thin the fields out, I mean it's too late for me to gain up on the points, but
right.
So just gotta finish it, keep it clean, and go from there.
Okay, Tony. Well, good luck tonight, buddy. Thank you for talking with us.
Yeah, no problem. We'll see you next time.
Okay. Well, there you have it, folks. Tony's going to kind of take it easy and try to ride it out a little bit. We've got about 2.5 minutes. All right, just a few seconds left of practice. Excuse me. We will be heading to qualifying, so stay with us, folks. Let's see how this turns out.
We take you down onto the track for our opening ceremonies.
Ladies and gentlemen, please rise. Please remove your hats.
Oh, say, can you see by the dawn's early light what so proudly we hailed at the twilight's last gleaming, whose broad stripes and bright stars through the perilous fight o'er the ramparts we watched were so gallantly streaming, and the rocket's red glare, the bombs bursting in air, gave proof through the night that our flag was still there. Oh, say, does that star-spangled banner yet wave o'er the land of the free and the home of the brave?
All right, folks, we're waiting here. Big track here, 2.5 miles around this track, waiting for the first times to come in. Well, Jeff Porter fastest in practice. Looks like he's turned in a pretty good qualifying time. 57.386. Travis Townsend in second there with a 5:51. I do believe they have an extra long qualifying here to make sure that they do get in, 10 minutes of qualifying. So pit speed is 60 mile an hour, pace speed 75 miles an hour, which they've upped this here a little while back. We got a 2 mile an hour wind, 55% humidity. The weather is 78 degrees Fahrenheit, partly cloudy, and the track temperature is 104 degrees. So 65 laps are turning here tonight at Pocono. right, let's see where some of these other folks have come in with their times here. Looks like a small field here tonight. Wow. Few non-qualifiers. Thomas Keene, Mike Vining, Stephen Hollingsworth, Michael Leiby, Sean King, Tony DeGennaro, and Thomas Brandner not turning in qualifying times. So I think we're going to have a rather unusually small field here tonight. So just so everybody knows, you know, and that, I hate to say, but that could make for a lot better racing. You know, fewer cars actually, obviously, does make for better racing because there's fewer cars on the track to have accidents. But that being said, not saying that, you know, anything bad about that. I mean, we'd like to have full fields here is always good, but there's Thomas Keene coming in the third spot. Man, wow, smoking lap. Another 5:53. These guys are partnered up in here, teammates. Thomas Brandner now on the track, and let's see what kind of time he can turn in. Comes in 10th. Turning one lap and shutting it down, folks. It's kind of looking like he may be the last one to qualify, so let's take a look at the rest of the grid here. Randall Drake 11th, Daniel Smallwood 12th, and Nick Hunt 13th. Still a few non-qualifiers though. Mike Vining, Stephen Hollingsworth, Michael Leiby, Sean King, Tony DeGennaro, and I'm not sure Silver. Steven Silver. Okay. Gosh, I don't remember seeing him before, but my memory's not the greatest. All right, about coming down to a minute and a half left of qualifying. Now it looks like Jeffrey Porter's going to be able to maintain that pole position. 386, man, man, is that a fast lap. One minute left in qualifying. Admin's going over the rules here, getting ready to take to the grid. Alright, looks like that's going to wrap it up for qualifying. And now we head down here trackside. And we'll go down through the running order for tonight. Okay, Jeff Porter starting on the pole with a 57.385. So congratulations to Jeff Porter for the pole position. Alright, second place Travis Townsend starting on the outside of him in the 08. Thomas Keene in the number 4. Starting third in the number 4. Yeah. Stephen Pearson in the 85 starting fourth. Joe Roberts in the number 6 starting fifth. Nathan Sedlick in the 35 starting 6th. Roger Wagner in the 31. Good to see Roger back in there. Starting in the 31, starting 7th. Galen Gidman in the number 94 starting 8th. Michael Gonzalez in the number 75 starting 9th. Thomas Brander in the 24 starting 10th. Randall Drake in the number 9 starting 11th. Daniel Smallwood in the number 88 starting 12th. Nick Hunt in the 04 starting 13th, the last one to qualify. Michael Leiby in the number 5 starting 14th. Stephen Hollingsworth in the 28 starting 15th. Sean King in the number 60 starting 16th. Tony DeGennaro starting 17th on the field in the number 80. And Mike Vining starting in the 18th spot in the number 72. I do not see Steven Solver. Yeah, not sure about him. But anyhow, back up to the leader because we are getting ready to wind them up here, folks, and get them going. Alright, they roll off the grid. Everybody following the pace car. We're going to go around this track 2.5 miles around the facility. Double check and make sure that is exactly what it is. It is 2.5 miles. 3 distinctive turns. They call it the tricky triangle. And they don't call it that for nothing because it's pretty tricky. Should be an interesting start here. Jeff Porter being pretty fast. Travis Townsend on the outside of him just a tick slower at qualifying. Outside could prove to be a good starting place, but going into turn 1, he's going to want to be on the low side. So we may see Travis maybe duck in behind Jeffrey Porter here on this right after the start. Thomas Keene going to be right there ready to strike, though, in the number 4. So this is going to be good. Okay, folks, here we go. Pace car's about to dive onto pit road. And green's going to come out almost immediately. Pace car's in. Green flag is out, and we're going. Everybody getting their trucks wound up through the gears. Boy, Travis Townsend right in behind Jeff Porter. They can use the draft here for sure. Thomas Keene now into third. And Joe Roberts on the inside of Stephen Pearson. Everybody getting through turn 1 pretty good. Stephen Pearson hangs on to that spot right now, but boy, Nathan Sedlick right there behind him. Roger Wagner in 7th. looks like they're a borderline to 3 wide there for just a second. Now, let's see if Jeff Porter is going to be able to lead the first lap, and it looks like he is, as long as they come out of turn 3. Really good, and he does lead the first lap. Congratulations to Jeff Porter. Looking back on the rest of the field, everybody going to start getting single file because it's a difficult track enough that you want to try to maintain that race groove, and the race groove's kind of like on the low line in the turns. So you definitely want to be in that race groove. This is why it's so hard to pass. You pretty much almost got to have a little bit of a push going down into one of the turns, and maybe get a run on one of the straightaway and get by somebody. Okay, so Joe Roberts goes into 4th, Stephen Pearson 5th, Roger Wagner up to 6th, Thomas Brander 7th, Galen Gidman on the inside of Michael Gonzalez for that position. Hasn't been able to clear Michael Gonzalez yet. Gonzalez comes back fighting hard, and Gidman's going to have to probably stay in behind Gonzalez for now. He does duck in behind him. Okay, Daniel Smallwood back into 10th. And a big shout out to Mr. and Mrs. Smallwood, I'm sure are watching. So let's see if Daniel has better luck this week. He had a good race last week, and so hopefully the good luck carries over this week. Sean King in 11th. Tony DeGennaro in 12th. Randall Drake in 13th. Mike Vining 14th. Nathan Sedlick back to 15th. And Nick Hunt 16th. Nick way off the pace. Steven Silver finally gets out of there, but it looks like he may have started on pit road. So he gets back, gets out there, gets going. But he's going to be 30 seconds behind the leader already. All right, back up front, we've got Travis Townsend still on the back bumper of Jeffrey Porter. Thomas Keene a little bit loose coming off of turn 3, but hangs on to it. We hear a few guys downshifting here. I'm not sure if that was Travis or Jeff, but one of them two downshifting. So Joe Roberts takes up the 4th place, and then it's quite a ways back to Thomas Brander and Roger Wagner back here 5th and 6th. Stephen Pearson trying to hold off Galen Gidman, but Galen's coming like a freight train here. And it looks like Galen's got a pretty good run coming out of turn 3 and is going to beat Stephen Pearson to the line. Gonzalez now looking to the inside of Pearson. Side by side here on lap 6, man, Gonzalez putting the pressure on him. Daniel Smallwood in 10th, riding here to see, he's kind of taking it easy right now, feeling it out and seeing what the truck's going to take to get it up there. We hear Daniel downshifting too. I've heard some guys do downshift, other guys don't. Would be a long race shifting here. Alright, so Jeff Porter still in the lead. Travis Townsend. Oh, Travis gets a little bit loose there in the corner, but maintains second spot. Keane in third, and Joe Roberts in fourth. These guys all running nose to tail, and boy, they're starting to pull away. Roger Wagner rolls into fifth now, as he got by a few of the guys. Man, he's doing real good. I know I talked to Roger earlier, well, last night as a matter of fact, and he said that he was thinking about coming back and racing Pocono because it was one of his favorite tracks. So he's out here running fifth right now, but 2.7 seconds behind the leader. He got caught up behind a few of the guys back here, and I think it might have slowed him up just a little bit. Galen Gidman now on the inside of Thomas Brander, takes up sixth. Brander goes back to seventh. Gonzalez now hooked up with Pearson and Smallwood. Travis Townsend trying to mirror every move Jeffrey Porter makes to stay in that draft. Long front stretch here at Pocono, and you can use every bit of that front stretch as draft or try to break the draft. Sometimes the leaders weave back and forth trying to break the draft from the other guys. But these four here are definitely pulling away out there, 2.7 seconds ahead of Roger Wagner in fifth. Go back here in the field. Mike Vining now back to 15th. Nick Hunt 16th. Long ways back, 17.6 seconds. And Steven Silver now is 47.9 seconds behind the leader, and which means the leaders are not far behind them. So far, Jeffrey Porter's led every lap here, all 9 of them. Only 65 laps here tonight, folks, so it's going to be kind of a quick race for these guys at the rate they're going. Oh, Thomas Keane into the wall. He's going to have a little damage on that truck. Let's see if we can get down there and see if he did take any damage. Not too much. It looks pretty good. I don't know about the back end of it, though. We'll see if we can't get down there and maybe get a look at the back end of it. It's got just a little dent in the back corner. Little dent where he did tap that wall. All right. Good deal. Roger Wagner now 3 seconds behind, kind of falling back a little ways further. Lost a couple more tenths. Hard to slow down, just as slow as they can go down here in the into turn 1. They do slow down a ton. That's where we usually hear some of the drivers downshift. But Roger even losing a little bit more time. He's losing about maybe a tenth or 2 a lap. Galen Gidman in 6th. All right, Travis Townsend now 3/10 of a second off of Jeffrey Porter. And Joe Roberts about a second behind the leader. As he got by Thomas Keene. Thomas having a little bit of damage on that truck. Did get into the wall. Could have caused him some issues. Could upset the handling of that truck for sure. I know they were talking before the race just how good the setup felt. Probably felt like they just could not get it any better. It's kind of got to be a neutral setup because you got 3 totally distinctive different turns here at Pocono, and you've got to set it up to kind of handle all 3 different turns. So it takes a lot of practice and a lot of testing. All right, not far ahead of the leader is the lap down truck. We see the lap down truck up there of Steven Silver, not far ahead of the leader. I think Townsend is really wishing he could get up there and lead a lap, but I don't think Jeffrey Porter's going to allow him. Well, I could be mistaken because Travis Townsend put the pressure on him there. And here he comes. This is for position. Coming out of turn 3, but not enough to get by Porter. But boy, he sure did have a good run right there. Looks like Mike Vining has already retired from the race. Townsend right on Porter's tail. Joe Roberts kind of back here a little ways, about a second off of the back of them guys. Thomas Keene hanging on in 4th. Galen Gidman now 5th. Michael Gonzalez 6th. Boy, what happened to Roger Wagner? He fell way back. Must have got a little loose or something, but it looks like he did keep it intact. But he's fallen back to the 9th place now. And he's actually fallen into the clutches of Daniel Smallwood. Smallwood running 10th. So very interesting. Steven Silver now in back here, still in the 16th spot now. He did pick up 1 spot. And we've got some pretty good side-by-side battle going on right here as Michael Gonzalez comes up on the inside of Thomas Brandner. Can't get it done though, and falls back in behind him right in front of Stephen Pearson. Pearson looks to the inside of Gonzalez now as they dive down into turn 1, and Pearson blanks out. Whoa. There he came back. Oh, that was freaky. Roger Wagner drives on by on the outside. Pearson stays way low away from them guys. And it looks like he's going to fall in behind Roger Wagner. As Roger comes back up to the 8th position now. All right, back up front. Travis Townsend still chasing Jeffrey Porter. Thought maybe he had him there a couple laps ago, but boy, it just wasn't going to happen. Oh, and Travis loose that time. Had to lift off the throttle just a touch. And boy, all of this whole time, Joe Roberts is starting to reel these guys in. He's into the draft of Travis Townsend now. He's still 1.1 seconds behind the leader, but he's starting to reap the draft of Travis Townsend now. So Travis could be in trouble. Okay, so Thomas Keene's still in fourth, and he is fallen way back. He's 3.4 seconds back, and Galen Gidman now is right on his tail. He's going to start reeling Keene up real fast now into the draft, and it looks like he dives down, looks underneath him, going into the turn. But Keene's going to hold him off, I think, this time. But I don't know for how much longer. These guys have fallen way back. Man, I'm telling you. Keene has really fallen back. Roger Wagner now back here. Fighting with Gonzalez. Looks like he drives it in and is going to take up that spot from Gonzalez. So Roger Wagner back into sixth. Gidman does get by Keene. Joe Roberts now just 2/10 off the bumper of Travis Townsend. And that would be for second if Joe can get up there and battle it up with Travis. Jeffrey Porter ain't getting much camera time, but he's been up here for quite a while now. Take a look here real quick. He's led 18 laps. Coming this time here to be 19, so he's doing a fine job of it, though. We're only about maybe, what, about 12 laps short of halfway. And I heard a few of the guys saying that they were going to probably pit at about the halfway mark. So we'll look at probably about lap 32. We'll start looking for pit stops by some of the guys that might want to pit at the halfway mark. Gidman ahead of Keene now. Keene starting to fall back even further. Gonzalez gets back by Roger Wagner. And look at Stephen Pearson cranking up the heat here. Man, I'm telling you. Closing in on Roger Wagner like a freight train. Brander goes back to ninth. Smallwood still hanging on in 10th. Way back here in 11th, Nathan Sedlick in the Jack Daniels machine. Tony DeGennaro 12th. Randall Drake 13th. Sean King in 14th. Nick Hunt 15th. And Steven Silver now 2 laps down in 16th spot. It still hasn't been on pit road, but don't forget he started on pit road. Jeffrey Porter starting to put a little distance on Travis Townsend, and Travis kind of turning it up a little bit, finding fourth gear in that thing and just maintaining ahead of Joe Roberts by just a little. Joe has reeled in these guys pretty good. Trying to stay in the draft of them, and boy, that closed him up a lot. He's now within 8/10, 3/4 of a second from our leader. So I wouldn't doubt if we see Joe get up there and possibly battle it up with these guys and maybe lead some laps. I don't know. Travis loose again coming off the turns. Man, how he drives that thing as hard as he drives it and gets loose like that and saves it. Man, that's wild. Oh, Joe Roberts comes up on him. Just the opening he wanted, and he gets by Travis Townsend. Joe Roberts in second. Travis got a little bit loose right there, and that's all it took for Joe to get by Travis. All right, Galen Gidman in fourth, Thomas Keene fifth, Roger Wagner sixth. And he's pulling away from Gonzalez and Pearson. Gonzalez about 1.2 seconds behind Roger Wagner now. Roger Wagner is coming, but boy, he's got a lot of ground to make up. Running about 3 seconds behind fifth place Thomas Keene. But he is starting to chop that time down just a little bit. He's down. He gets down there about 2.9 seconds, 3 seconds. All right, getting back up front here. Joe Roberts now 0.6 of a second from Jeffrey Porter. Let's go back and check on back here. Nathan Sedlick in 11th. Randall Drake 12th. These guys, all their cars look pretty clean, so they have been keeping them clean. Tony DeGennaro in 13th. Sean King 14th. Nick Hunt 15th. And Steven Silver 16th. Not really sure, but I don't think Steven Pearson is there anymore. Thinking Steven Pearson must have fell out or something. Let me take a look here real quick and see. Yes, Steven Pearson fell to unacceptable levels, so Steven Pearson out of the race, folks. We lose racer number 2. Roger Wagner in 6th, Thomas Keene 5th. Galen Gidman 4th, Travis Townsend 3rd, losing a lot of ground to the leaders. Joe Roberts 2nd, now has caught up to Jeffrey Porter, up to 0.4 of a second, folks. 0.4 off the back bumper, Jeffrey Porter, so he is coming. Jeffrey Porter probably doing a little mirror driving right now just to see to keep an eye on Joe to see where, make sure he knows where he's at. We can see Joe right behind him. guys have to slow down so much. Oh, it looks like we have a caution, folks. We have the first caution here. Oh, Thomas Brander spinning it around. That's going to bring out the first caution of the race. And it looks like just a self-spin. He comes around here to come on to the front stretch. Oh, he gets into the wall right there. And really was having a hard time recuperating from that. He just could not recover from it. Brings it around. And that brings out the first caution. Well, this is about the perfect time for these guys. They do want to come down pit road and get fresh tires. So they get caught up to the pace car here. We'll get ready for pit stops, folks. Well, this was good news for a lot of the guys that were so far back. They'll be able to get caught up to the field here, stop and get fresh tires, and we should be able to see another good long green flag run. Hopefully that they'll get spread out a little bit. Steven Silver should be the way by. That'll put him only one lap down. Get over here and get ready for these guys to come down pit road. Pace car brings them around. Jeffrey Porter gonna bring everybody down pit road with him. Alright, as they come to a stop in their pit stall. Oh, Travis Townsend had to back up in his pit stall. That's going to be costly. Jeffrey Porter, 4-tire change. And he's away. He'll be the first one off pit road. Joe Roberts second. Gonzalez third. Townsend's going to go way back. Now, the one that stayed out was Sean King. And he did get scored as leading that lap, folks. So he should be able to come down pit road this time and get them 4 tires changed. Oh, and it looks like Steven Pearson made it back in. Good deal. That's what we like to see. Dedication right there. It's going to be a couple of laps down, but he'll be all right. He'll be all right. Sean King, first one in line right now. Jeff Porter going to be second. Joe Roberts third. Michael Gonzalez fourth, Daniel Smallwood fifth, Roger Wagner sixth, Nathan Sedlick seventh, Travis Townsend eighth, Randall Drake ninth, and Tony DeGennaro 10th. Okay, Sean King's going to come down pit road and give that lead up to Jeffrey Porter. So Sean King did get scored as leading a lap. Well, I think we'll see if we can get down here and maybe get a word in with Joe Roberts and see how his truck's doing here tonight. Joe Roberts, this is Rudy up in the MaxSpeedTV booth. You got a copy?
I got you, man.
Well, Joe, it looks pretty clear to me like you got a pretty fast truck out there. Jeffrey Porter's been pretty fast tonight. Do you got anything for him?
I definitely think I got something for him. The truck's really going a long run, so it's at the end of that green flag. I was catching Porter. So just take care of your stuff and hit your marks and be smooth, and you're aware pretty good.
Well, fuel should be no problem. You should be able to make it from here on fuel. What's your plan? Going to ride for a little while, or what are you going to do?
If you're not first, you're last.
That's right. I know you don't want to give away all your secrets there, brother, but good luck, and hopefully we'll get to talk to you later.
Thanks, man. I hope you get to interview some of my teammates at the end, too.
10-4. Okay, so we're coming around here about getting ready for the lights to go off on the pace car. We're going to be doubling up. They should be able to make it on fuel. Now it's just going to be take care of your tires and see if you can be there at the end with them tires. So hopefully these guys can do it. Now it looks like some of the guys in the back pitting, Thomas Keene, Galen Gidman, Michael Gonzalez, Thomas Brander, and Sean King, all on pit road. It's going to put them back a little ways, but they wanted to ensure that they will be able to make it on fuel if this does go green the rest of the way. It looks like Thomas Brander's still on pit road. Not sure what's going on with that, but you need to get off pit road pretty quick. Okay, he's rolling off now, but boy, I don't know if he's going to be able to catch up to the field before they go green. He should be maybe at full speed by the time he reaches them, which might be good. But we're getting ready to go green here again, folks. All right, pace car's in and green is out. Here we go. Jeffrey Porter pulls out ahead of Joe Roberts. And we got one coming up on the inside here, Nathan Sedlick, as he goes by Roger Wagner and now sets his sights to get by Daniel Smallwood. And that would be for the third position. So Nathan Sedlick's car's starting to come alive here, and he's also blinking. Get on Roger to make sure we don't blank too much. Oh, Smallwood comes right down in front of Sedlick. Randall Drake up to 6th spot. Looking to the inside of Roger Wagner possibly, but here comes Travis Townsend on the high side. Travis out there with them new tires. He was pretty fast on new tires, but oh, and he gets loose. I don't think he was the only one loose there. Looked like Nathan Sedlick and Roger Wagner were both loose too. But Travis trying to regroup now. And here comes Michael Gonzalez on the inside of Tony DeGennaro, and it looks like he's going to take that spot away from him. All right, up front, Jeffrey Porter has led every lap but one. Sean King led one lap under caution. And now Sean back in 14th place. But he did get that valuable point for leading the lap. Thomas Brandner way back here in 15th. Never did get caught up to the field when they went green. And he's got just a little damage on that truck. Stephen Pearson right into the mix of this. And he is actually, I think, 3 laps down. Yeah, 3 laps down right now to the leader when he fell out. So that puts him in 16th spot. Steven Silver up to 13th. Nick Hunt 12th. Tony DeGennaro 11th. And Thomas Keene fighting back here in 10th. And he's right behind Galen Gidman. Galen looking to the inside of Michael Gonzalez. He still has not cleared him. They're still side by side, door to door, fighting this out. And Galen Gidman not giving up on it. And it looks like he is going to complete the pass on Gonzalez. And Gonzalez really loose, but saves it. Whoa, what a piece of driving that was, folks. Gonzalez has got to back out of it now to save face there, man. That was pretty close. Smallwood now into the 3rd place. And Roger Wagner right behind Smallwood. $30 to go, folks. When they cross the line, we'll have 30 more laps. Roger Wagner gets by Daniel Smallwood and goes into 3rd. So he is moving forward. Next one in line is going to be Joe Roberts. If he can get to him, he's going to battle it up. They're teammates, so this could be interesting. Nathan Sedlick way down. He comes way down the line here, and he's blinking like crazy. Falls right in behind Travis Townsend. Hard to maintain that draft when you're blinking like that, because when you blink out, you're actually losing the draft. So it's going to be pretty tough for him as he stays down low. And it looks like Randall Drake is going to go by him. Nathan Sedlick coming down pit road. Or something. Where did he go? There he is. Yeah, he's coming down pit road. And I don't know if it's because of his blinking or what's going on there, but he falls clear back to 14th place. Randall Drake goes up to 6th. Travis Townsend's trying to reel in Daniel Smallwood to pick off that 4th place position. Jeff Porter still in the lead up here. Just cruising around like he's on a Sunday drive. And it's only Saturday night. Looking back to Roger Wagner behind Joe Roberts there. Roger back about 1.1 seconds off of the back of Joe Roberts now. Rogers is hanging on there right now, about 1.1 seconds, but doing a good job. Now we've got Travis Townsend passing up Daniel Smallwood, and Galen Gidman back here quite a ways, pulling a whole gaggle of trucks behind him. Thomas Keene, Michael Gonzalez now gets by Randall Drake, putting Randall back to 9th, and Tony DeGennaro way back here in 10th spot, 9.2 seconds behind the leader. Sean King in 11th, Nick Hunt in 12th, Steven Silver 13th, Nathan Sedlick back out on the track in 14th. It looks like we've lost Thomas Brandner now. Stephen Pearson 16th. Looks like Brandner may have, let's see what Brandner manually disconnected. Okay. All right, they're on lap 40 now out of 65, so we're getting closer to the 20 to go here. These guys out front here, I think they're okay on fuel. A couple of guys in the back stopped there under the caution just to kind of top off their fuel. Might have been a good thing. Roger 1 second off the back of Joe Roberts, starting to reel them guys in. He should be starting to feel the draft here pretty quick. And once he starts feeling the draft, he should be able to reel them up pretty good. Long ways back to Travis Townsend behind Roger Wagner. All right, folks, I got to step away for just 1 second. I will be right back. I'll stay right on the leader here, and you won't miss a thing. Okay, I'm back. Had to take my medicine. I forgot. I apologize for that. Roger Wagner's starting to fall back a little more now. He's 1.6 seconds behind the leader. Travis Townsend, 3.3 seconds back. Daniel Smallwood, 4.3. Galen Gidman closing on Daniel Smallwood, now 5 seconds back. Gonzalez in 7th. Thomas Keene 8th. Randall Drake 9th. Keene really on the tail of Stephen Pearson, but Stephen Pearson now is in 14th place. 4 laps down, 3 laps down, I take that back. After falling out, he come back and he has picked up a couple spots just by staying in the race, so good job. Steven Silver in 13th, running 25 seconds behind the leader. Nick Hunt in 12th. Sean King 11th, Tony DeGennaro 10th. And let's get back up here because Joe Roberts is taking a peek on the inside of Jeffrey Porter. Been the first time that somebody has really challenged Jeffrey Porter. And boy, I'll tell you what, he just drove right on by Jeffrey. That was some good driving by Joe Roberts, so he will be scored as leading his first lap of the race. Congratulations to Joe Roberts for that. Jeffrey Porter not giving up though. He wants to stay right there. Joe said he was really good on the long run, so his truck has come in. This time by, going to be 20 laps to go, folks. Laps is 50 miles, so there's still a lot of racing to go. You don't want to leave now. This is when it gets really good. Roger Wagner starting to close that gap back up again. He's down to 1.4 seconds behind the leader. Travis Townsend down 3.2 seconds as he just drives it through the turns, drifting it. Wow, that was great. 20 laps to go, folks. Gidman now in 5th and 5.2 seconds behind the leaders. Jeffrey Porter hanging on right there, though. Not letting Joe get too far away from him. Let's ride on board here with Jeffrey Porter. Jeffrey gets a little loose, but hangs on to it. And Roger just inching his way ever so much closer. He's down 1.2 seconds and closing that gap just a touch. He should be feeling their draft here a little bit. Draft being pretty important here. This long straightaway down in the front. And even on the back straightaways, there's still a lot of draft there. Gonzalez and Smallwood battling it up here. Boy, that looked pretty interesting there as they come out of turn 3. Them two, I don't know, they kind of separated away from each other, but Gonzalez goes into 6th, Smallwood 7th, and Keene still running in 8th. And Randall Drake, what a job Randall's done. He's got that thing into top 10 here tonight. Great finish last night in the Gen 6 series. Man, just really good to see Randall up there running with these guys. I know they're a lot younger than us, Randall, but we still got it, buddy. Tony DeGennaro now breaks the top 10 as they got 18 more laps to go, folks. Jeffrey Porter back in the lead as he got back by Joe Roberts. But I don't think that battle's over yet. And Roger Wagner getting into it now. He's 7/10 of a second. Well, he did drive it in there a little hard that time. Oh, Joe Roberts loose. Really loose coming off of 1. And he takes a peek on the inside of Jeffrey Porter and takes the lead back from Jeffrey Porter. And Roger Wagner now 4/10 of a second. Boy, just you can see how that has really made him close up on these guys. And you know, he could pull a win out of this thing. About right there where he can take a peek on the inside of Jeffrey Porter, but he wants to stay in his draft right now. Let's ride along with Roger here for a minute and see what his plan is. Got to really check up. He takes a look on the inside of Jeffrey Porter, and that would be for second. These guys all teammates here, folks, and man, they're just racing it up really hard right now. And Roger Wagner for second, the closest he's been to the front all day. Look at this. He wants to get up there and lead a lap. I think so bad he can almost taste it, folks. Roger not racing for a few weeks here and coming back, and man, he's got that truck into second place. As I said, I talked to him last night. He said this is one of his favorite tracks. He loves this track. Well, I'm glad he does, because I don't. I think if you took a consensus in iRacing, you'd find a lot of people don't really care for this track. And it's basically because it's 3 different turns in the track. You know, it's a big triangle, and it's tough. It really is. It's hard to set the car up for the 3 different turns in this. Roger for the lead. This could be interesting. He comes down and blocks Joe Roberts. Roger Wagner up in the lead. Let's see if he can lead this lap coming to the line this time. He wants that valuable point for leading a lap, and by golly, he might get it. Yes, he is going to get it. Roger Wagner leads his first lap of the race. Now, if he can hold off Joe Roberts, I don't know. Joe's been pretty fast all night, and he said his car's better on the long run. So, and I know them guys are pretty much running the same setup. So we'll have to see which one of them is going to be able to do the best out there. But Travis Townsend in 4th position, 3 seconds and closing. Galen Gidman 6.1 seconds behind the leader. And he's got a mirror full of Michael Gonzalez. Thomas Keane back here in 7th, Daniel Smallwood 8th, Randall Drake 9th, and Tony DeGennaro way back here in 10th, 20 seconds behind the leader. Joe Roberts gets back by Roger Wagner to retake the lead. Coming to the line, going to be 12 to go. Now Roger takes a peek on the inside. And like I said, these 2 teammates, so they, man, they got to race each other clean. They don't want to take each other out. You can see just how close they are together. And Roger Wagner retakes the lead. Joe Roberts falls in behind Roger. Going to be 12 laps to go when they come to the line, folks. And Jeffrey Porter sitting there in 3rd, waiting to see what these 2 out front are going to do. if they wreck, he could just sneak on by and get the win away from them. 12 more laps, folks. And they're going to be coming up on, let's see, I believe that is Steven Silver. Yeah, right up ahead of them. So watch as these, as the leaders here start reeling him in. They're not far behind him, and that would put him 1 lap down. And it looks like Stephen Pearson may have fallen out again. I'm not sure. Let's check here real quick. Nope, he disconnected. Okay. So Stephen Pearson disconnecting a little early. But the leader's coming up on Steven Silver pretty quick. Roger Wagner in the lead, gets the lead yet another lap. And he's got Joe Roberts and Jeffrey Porter right behind him. These guys teammates. And now Joe Roberts looking to the inside of Roger Wagner for that position. He's got the line, but Roger's fighting back on the outside. And Joe Roberts retakes the lead. Coming to the line, going to be 10 to go, folks. Now they got lap traffic to deal with. Steven Silver staying way low to let them go on by. Good respectful racer right there, Steven Silver. And now Roger Wagner looking to the inside again, going into turn 1 to get a run on Joe Roberts. Man, these two are putting on a heck of a show up here in the front, folks. This is incredible right here. Oh, they both get loose. Oh, what a job by these two. The whole time they're out there, though, they are using up their tires, and I'm pretty sure they've got enough fuel. Now it's just maintaining with them tires. Try not to get it too awful loose too many times to get them superheated. Travis Townsend in 4th. Michael Gonzalez 5th. Thomas Keene 6th and Galen Gidman 7th. That hasn't changed in quite a little while now. But Keene I think he is starting to reel up Gonzalez here, and Galen Gidman starting to reel them guys up. These three getting awful close to each other. Joe Roberts back around Roger Wagner. And Roger's going to maybe pull the old crossover. I don't know. He is right there on his tail, though. You couldn't hardly fit a piece of paper between them two for a second. Oh, Jeffrey Porter just a tick loose coming down the front stretch to the line. Joe Roberts leads another lap, and we have 8 to go, folks. Jeffrey Porter has led the most laps tonight with 43 laps. Has he got enough to get by these two and win it? Well, it would be awesome, wouldn't it? Not taking anything away from Roger or Joe, because they're doing a great job out here. They're really racing it hard. Roger seems like he gets a good run coming out of 1 and gets a good run down that stretch. And going into 2, he crosses over and passes up Joe Roberts again. Man, what a job these guys are doing. Roger Wagner back up front. When he comes to the line, he'll have led 5 laps so far in the race. All he's got to do is try to make sure he leads the last one. Joe kind of backing off of the back bumper a little bit, maybe getting a little air in that radiator. They've been pushing it pretty hard. And he is trying to save what little bit of tires he's got left to maybe make a late race run on Roger and see if he can get that win. But Roger putting out just a little distance between him and Joe. And now Jeffrey Porter making his move on Joe. On the inside going into turn 2. It looks like he's going to complete that pass easily. Just a matter of out-braking each other is what it takes. But while these two are battling back here, Roger's starting to get ahead. He's almost a half a second ahead now of Jeffrey Porter. He's got that truck out in clean air. That's what it's going to take probably to win this thing, is keeping it out in clean air. All right, Jeffrey Porter closes right up on Roger, that time coming out of 1. Looking to the inside. He's been fast all day. Has he got enough to get by Roger? Boy, it's a drag race down the stretch. And Jeffrey's got a nose on him, about a half a fender. Oh, he still hasn't cleared him as they got to just kind of ride side by side. And look who's pushing who here. Joe Roberts. God, boy, he was hooking right on the back of Jeffrey Porter there and helping him out. Man, side by side coming down the front stretch. I don't even know who's going to lead. Roger Wagner deletes that lap. 5 to go, folks. We don't want to see an end under caution, but I'm telling you what, these guys are getting awful racy up here. I'd say they're racing it like it's the last lap, but we're almost at the last lap. Good job by these guys, man. What a show they're putting on. Let's run them back through the field real quick while they're battling this. Joe Roberts in 3rd, Travis Townsend in 4th, and closing, Thomas Keene in 5th, Galen Gidman 6th, Michael Gonzalez 7th, Randall Drake 8th, Daniel Smallwood 9th, Tony DeGennaro 10th, Sean King 11th, Nick Hunt 12th, Steven Silver 13th, and it looks like that's the last of them that are on the track. Stephen Pearson out of the race, Nathan Sudlick on pit road, and Thomas Brandner out of the race. So that kind of hurts a little bit. We're losing a few of them guys. Now Joe Roberts on the inside of Jeffrey Porter, taking the 2nd spot away from Jeffrey. Man, these guys are racing it good. Well, it would be good to see Roger in victory lane. Really good. I think I poured a little salt in his wound last night when I was teasing him. I really wasn't teasing him. I was kind of using what happened to him there at Dover as an example, and that was something that we were talking about. And you know, it was an upsetting race. I felt really bad for Roger, but it happens. That's racing. You just got to shake it off and go on. You know, he's been kind of like in about a 3 or 4 week hiatus here, and now he's coming back and leading this race and looking at maybe victory lane here with 3 more laps to go, folks. But he's got Joe Roberts and Jeffrey Porter to contend with, and all 3 of these guys have been mixing it up. But I hate to say this, guys, but I'm telling you what, you're real close to getting some serious company here as Travis Townsend's closing in on you. Joe Roberts for the lead one more time. He still hasn't got it, though. Roger Wagner fighting back real hard on the outside as them two come really close. I'm going to ride along here. Boy, Jeffrey Porter wanting to get right there with them. Look at this. How about we ride along with Jeffrey? Oh, Jeffrey Porter's going to go on the outside of Joe Roberts. And he may have that second place from him. Yes, he does. Now Joe Roberts goes back to third. And 2 more circuits, folks. 2 more laps. Has Joe used up his tires? Has he cooled them off for 1 more lap run to get by both of these guys for a victory? Boy, I'll tell you, anything could happen here. It is Pocono, and you just never know what's going to happen here. Joe closing up on Jeffrey Porter now. Let's see what he's got for him. Coming to the front stretch, going to use that draft. I think we're probably going to see a little block in here probably eventually. And we could see a wreck. I hope not, but oh, it could happen. And while these guys are racing here, the white flag comes out, and Roger Wagner pulls away by about 0.3 of a second. Boy, these guys are racing it hard. All right, 2 more turns, folks. 2 more turns to decide this. And look at Travis Townsend has caught up to them, guys. He's 1.4 seconds behind the leader. And Jeffrey Porter is closing on Roger Wagner. 1 more turn. Can he do it? Jeffrey Porter on his tail. Joe Roberts to the inside. Can he take both of them? It looks like he's got a run on Jeffrey Porter, but can he beat Roger Wagner to the line? Boy, I'll tell you what, these guys, I don't even know who's going to win. Roger Wagner, Jeffrey Porter, I don't know. Roger Wagner going to win it. Joe Roberts second. Holy moly, what a finish. Good job, guys. Man, that was awesome. That was awesome. I don't have another word for it. Like it or not, that's my word for it. Awesome. All right, we'll get down here in a minute and get a word in with Roger. Wow. That was awesome. Okay, let's see if we can get a word in with him. Tell you what I'm going to do. I'm going to drag him up into the booth with me. Roger, you got a copy?
What up, buddy?
Hey, you come back and win, brother. Good job. Congrats.
Well, this was definitely a team effort tonight. All the guys worked really hard on this setup. And, I can't thank all these guys enough. Joe, Jeff, Galen, Nathan, Steven, Drake, everybody. Awesome run tonight. Mike Vining. And up front, I know that had to be a hell of a show getting put on right there. That
it
last
was
20 laps, because we were really going at each other.
Oh, it was. You guys were back and forth and switching and crossovers, and it was just amazing to watch it. That was some of the best racing I've seen in a long time. So congratulations to you, Roger, man. Talk about the race, how you worked yourself up there. You were kind of patient. You saved your tires, and just kind of fill us in on how you got there.
Well, we knew we had something really special when we went to practice earlier tonight. I worked a little bit this morning when I first got up and got us a really solid base going. And once we get this whole group together, between Joe and Jeff, myself, Nathan, Galen, we all have little things that we want in a setup, and we kind of all try to incorporate that and put it all together. And right towards the end of that practice session, Jeff kind of hit on something, and we all really liked the way it felt. And I think everybody ran that same set tonight. The early part of the race, I was just trying to not hit anything, keep the truck clean, just pick up spots when guys were falling back as they were wearing out tires. And it just seemed like the top 7 or 8 trucks were so even in that first 35 laps. Then we get the caution. I made a couple of quick adjustments. I made an air pressure adjustment, took a couple clicks of wedge out to really kind of help me be freer on the long run, and it paid off. I figured out that I could run the high side when all these guys were having to slow down to get in on the bottom underneath me, that I could go ahead and power the truck back up on the outside, and it was just a rocket on the outside, and that's how I held these guys off the last 4 or 5 laps. I just practiced that a little bit when we were trading spots, and it paid off at the end. I mean, I kind of threw a block down the tunnel turn on Jeff. I was watching the mirror, not watching the entry. Missed it just a little. He had a good run. I just kind of threw a little block on him, and he didn't run me over. It's what teammates do. They trust each other. They don't kill each other. We know we had a 1-2-3 tonight, and none of the 3 of us are racing for the championship, so we were just racing for the win, and it was a lot of fun. It was a blast up here running with my teammates and trading spots like that. I cannot wait to go back and watch this broadcast to see how exciting that was.
Oh, it was amazing. I'll tell you, I was on my edge of the seat for about the last 10 laps of that race because you guys were mixing it up so much. It was just amazing. But you grab a win here. I know you kind of been on a short hiatus, been away for, about 4 weeks now, 3 or 4 weeks. And you come back here with a victory tonight. This has got to be a big shot in the arm for you, to try to get out here. I know it's a little late in the season to try to make the move, but great job out here tonight, Roger. Man, my hat's off to you.
Well, I appreciate it. This is one of my favorite places. I have 3 or 4 that I really, really like. This happens to be one of them. Something about this place speaks to me, and I know how to get around here. I love this place. So getting a win here, especially with this group, and being able to race my teammates the way that I did. I had to run them down from a little ways back a few times, but I was patient and let the whole thing kind of come to me, and it worked out. And those guys are a class act to race with. I mean, we raced each other hard. We raced each other close. A couple times Joe and I were laughing. We thought we were going to wreck each other. We came away unscathed, and away we went. And that was fun. It was awesome. I like coming back and getting a win like this. Kind of gives momentum going into the last week of the season, and then starting up next season. Hopefully we'll keep that going, and Raw Power Motorsports and Fast Forward Racing can keep collaborating. We can keep winning races.
All right. Well, good job out there, Roger. Anybody else you want to say hello to or thank?
I think Eric's watching. He's looking at trying to start joining and racing with us, so I want to say hi to him, man. I hope you enjoyed that. That was a blast to run that. Just my teammates, everybody. That was awesome. All the way, Mike Vining, Thomas Brander, all those guys, everybody. It was a blast tonight. We had a really good time. We were having a lot of fun in TeamSpeak and having a lot of fun on track, and if you can't have any fun, man, you need to be doing something else.
Exactly. Okay, Roger, thanks, and congratulations tonight, buddy. All right, Joe Roberts, you got a copy?
I got you, man.
Man, what a race, Joe. Oh, that was amazing. Tell us about, your rendition of what was going down there, how much fun you were having.
It was a blast. Coming out of that last pit stop, I know it was about 35 laps ago, but I knew I had a truck that could really win. I was running down Porter before the last green flag, for that last caution. And at first it was just me and Porter out there, and then I got the lead off him, and we were just swapping back and forth, then Roger joined in. And then at that point it was apparent that all 3 trucks were so even that it was kind of like just swapping back and forth, having fun, going back and forth with your teammate, just having a blast, just out there almost showing off. But the last couple laps, I don't know if you noticed, about 2 laps ago, I dropped back because I knew whoever was in first had a chance of being a sitting duck. So I wanted to drop back and get a run, and then it almost happened coming out of the tunnel turn. As soon as I saw them get like have an accordion effect coming out of this turn 2, I jumped low on Porter, and I thought I had to run to get completely side by side by Roger, and that was my game plan. It didn't work out, but it almost did. It was a lot of fun.
Well, it looked like it. Yeah, I did notice that move. That I thought, okay, you either backed off, you had used up your tires, or you were backing off to cool them down a little bit to make a late race run, and that's exactly what you did. So I know you guys well enough. I can almost call your shots, and when you guys were up there running like that, that was just amazing. All 3 of you had such great setups. I'm sure you were shared setups, but you pulled away from the field. You were class act up there racing around each other, and just put on a great show for me and all the viewers. So congratulations, Joe, coming in second. And anybody else you want to give a shout out to?
No, just my whole team. Porter and Roger made a wonderful base. The base was from Roger, and then Porter added a couple things to it. I think me and Porter's sets were identical, and I think Roger made a couple win race adjustments. But I want to thank him, Galen, Scott Drake, Mike Vining, Steve Pearson, the whole group. We really worked well together. We always work well together, and it was a lot of fun this evening. If I missed anybody on our team, I'm sorry, but yeah, we did a really good job together as a team tonight, and showed off to the crowd a little bit. And hopefully, the YouTube video is going to be a high view count.
Oh yeah, it was a great race. It was amazing. Okay, Joe. Well, thanks for talking with us, buddy, and again, congratulations on your second place.
Thanks, bud.
We'll see you next week. Okay, Jeffrey Porter, you got a copy.
How you doing?
Hey, Jeffrey, boy, come in third. What a battle up there that you guys were having. Well, I do believe you led the most laps tonight with 43 laps, so that you can get that under your belt. You definitely were the class of the field out there tonight, Jeffrey, and to let these guys run you down like that, I'm not saying that was a bad thing, because it was a good thing. It was good for us to sit here and watch, but you had a fast truck tonight, Jeffrey. Talk about your truck.
Well, when Roger puts out a base setup, for these trucks, that's what he usually does. He puts out the base, and I think I made 3 clicks of adjustments here and there, and it worked, and I think that's what we all ran. But I mean, really, it's nice to come to a place like Pocono and have something that runs that good right off the bat. Only have to tweak it a little bit. The setup was amazing. I can tell you one thing: Joe Roberts and Roger, especially in these trucks, those guys, they're fast, and I didn't let anybody catch up with me. They just outdrove me.
No, I didn't mean it that way. I didn't mean it that way, Jeffrey. I didn't mean it. I meant that, they did catch up to you, and then that made it interesting. You had a fast pit stop. You did everything exactly perfect, and it just drove your heart out tonight, Jeffrey. I mean, man, I like what I seen. If I had to choose anybody for a team, it would be you three right there. And I'm not excluding Galen or Scott or any of them guys. You guys just really, really put on a good show up there and just rocked it tonight.
I tell you what, that's the most fun I've had in a while. I was kind of hoping those 2 guys that were swapping would make more mistakes and just kind of give me the win from capitalizing from it, but they didn't do that, so I had to really run. And like I said, I've never had more fun here in a truck racing those guys. I mean, we were just neck and neck the whole way. As whoever did that turn better was the leader out of the turn. It is awesome.
Yeah. Any one of the 3 of you that would have won that would have deserved it. There's no doubt about it, because all 3 of you you drove your butts off in them things out there and put on a hell of a show, I'm telling you. But great job out there, Jeffrey. And anybody you want to thank?
Everybody on our team, just everybody on the team. They help out. Sometimes, Roger builds his sets, and he doesn't know how to build them unless we tell him what's wrong with them. And, we always do really good at doing that with each other. And it was just the team, everybody. It was amazing. I wasn't even going to run this race. I just decided to run it because I got first in practice. I was like, maybe I should try it. But overall, man, it was just a good time. That's all it was. Great time.
It kind of reminds you of the real world racing. If the driver can't tell the crew chief what the car's doing, the crew chief can't fix it. He can't wish it to be done. He's got to know what he's got to do to make it better for the driver. So I guess Roger did his homework, and you guys did too. You fed him the information he needed to make that setup correct, and he did one heck of a job out there. I'll tell you, all 3 of you just awesome drivers tonight.
Yeah, that setup, we was able to drive it at full capacity every lap. We was able to drive it really hard, and it was so comfortable. Yeah, you can't ask for much better than that.
No.
It was a great race.
All right. Well, thanks for talking with us, Jeffrey, and good job out there finishing third tonight, man. 1, 2, 3 teammates, just awesome.
Yeah, for the record, I should have moved Roger out of the tunnel turn, but I'm just saying.
I probably would end up winning that race if you would have done that.
Yep.
Yeah. I should have moved it, but no, it's all good. It was a good time, guys. Everybody, that was awesome. It really was.
Good deal.
You guys have a good one.
All right, let's run down through the results as them guys argue it up out there and have a good time. Okay, Roger Wagner coming in on the top spot tonight. Congratulations to him. Joe Roberts second. Jeffrey Porter third. What a show they put on out there. Travis Townsend fourth. Thomas Keene coming in fifth. Galen Kidman sixth. Michael Gonzalez seventh. Randall Drake coming in eighth. Good job for Randall tonight. Daniel Smallwood ninth. Tony DeGennaro 10th. Sean King finishing 11th. Nick Hunt 12th. Steven Silver 13th, Stephen Pearson in 14th, Nathan Sedlick 15th, Thomas Brander 16th, and Mike Vining rounding out the field in 17th spot. So again, congratulations to our winner there. Well, he's no longer there because the server shut down, but Roger Wagner winning here at Pocono. Congratulations to him, and that'll wrap it up for tonight, folks. And we will see you, I think tomorrow morning on Twitch. Yes. All right. Till then, stay safe, folks.